Forget financial market stability. Because as we enter November 25, the planets are rolling up their sleeves. All right, listen up. If you thought 2025 was going to end smoothly, think again. Because the stars have other plans, and they're not exactly subtle about it. If you thought turbulence was done by October, nope. November is the real battlefield. 2025 is ending not with a whisper, but with a crash test. And the stars are conspiring to push the system to its limits. Between late October and December, we've got a cosmic cocktail shaking up everything. From your wallet to Wall Street. Let's start with the big players. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Yeah, the cosmic bosses. Right now, they're all changing gears. Retrogrades, sign shifts, weird alignments, basically a celestial traffic jam. And when that happens, guess who feels it first? The financial systems. The markets. Your crypto account you forgot the password to. Think of the planets as emotional Wi-Fi. When they glitch, everyone's signal drops. Banks panic, investors overreact, and next thing you know, the global economy's on airplane mode. Uranus? That's the rebel. Sudden shocks, unexpected events. Saturn? The rule maker, tightening everything up. Put those two together and boom, money gets moody. Let's anchor our talk in time. Not just vague, this month, but exact windows when the heavens punch the market nerve centers. Because when Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, Mercury move, in certain ways, the collective psyche gets stirred, and markets feel first, then react. October 22nd, 2025, Neptune retrogrades from Aries back into Pisces. Neptune has been in Aries since March, but dips back to Pisces. October 22nd sets a foggy, regressive energy heading into November. November 9th, 2025, Uranus stations retrograde, turns backward, and slips back into Taurus. Uranus had entered Gemini earlier in the year, but on November 9th, it goes retrograde and re-enters Taurus. This is big. The rebel withdrawing amplifies surprises in money, resources, banks. November 9th to November 29th, 2025. Mercury retrograde spans Scorpio, Sagittarius. During this period, communication, reports, financial disclosures, audits all get messy. November 20th, 2025. Mercury Casimi in Scorpio, near the Sun, around 28°18 Scorpio. A moment of amplification, messages, leaks, truths brought into sharp focus. October 14, 2025, Pluto stations direct in Aquarius, so by late October, early November, Pluto is on the move forward. Pluto had been retrograde, but on October 14, it turns direct at 1°22 Aquarius. That gives Pluto forward momentum through November. Uranus-Neptune, Pluto form a subtle magic triangle. Uranus-Pluto stay in a soft trine alignment. They don't perfect it, but the energy lingers, with Neptune as midpoint. Day 2025. Neptune stations direct, ends its retrograde at D29°22'. So November is in that stretch leading up to Neptune's return. Now that we have dates, let's imagine market scenes. On October 22nd, Neptune drifts back into Pisces. That's the planet of dreams returning to its home turf, and it's retrograde till December 10. So expect illusions. Rosy forecasts built on hype, fake optimism, and the classic "this stock is the future" trap. If it sounds too perfect, too spiritual, or too safe. Neptune's behind it. Early November. Reports feel off. Earnings guidance is vague. Central bank minutes are confusing. Because Mercury is sliding toward retrograde and Neptune is already muddying the waters. Then, circle November 9th. Shock day. Uranus retrogrades and re-enters Taurus. Uranus hits reverse and slides back into Taurus, the sign of money, food, and stability. Expect a headline. Maybe a banking or political scandal, a crash in commodity or real estate, linked assets. Something that feels like the rug pulled under stability. That's the rebel planet unplugging the financial power grid. We could see sudden spikes, bank wobbles, or tech glitches. Uranus doesn't whisper, it shakes foundations. And because chaos loves company, Mercury goes retrograde November 9 to November 29. And right in the middle, November 20th, Mercury meets the Sun. A Kazimi moment, moving from deep diving Scorpio into loud Sagittarius. Truth shock drop. Expect shocking news or financial revelations. Data errors, wild headlines, mixed messages. With Mercury fully retrograde, miscommunications. Surprise, write-downs. Neptune's haze adds to the uncertainty. Nov 20. Mercury Kazimi, critical day. A leak, a forced disclosure, a sudden pivot by a major institution, something that makes sense after the fact. That's when hidden truths surface. Late November from 21 to 30, reaction and fallout. Some overcorrection, some knee-jerk rebounds. But the structures stressed in November begin to crack, especially if they were already weak. December, leading to deck 10, Neptune is still retrograde, so lingering illusion. After deck 10, Neptune stations direct, helping clarity slowly return. But the market will likely still feel the aftershocks. Now, some of you are probably thinking, oh, I totally saw this coming. Mercury's in retrograde, Relax. Mercury's not the one running the banks. The outer planets are. So maybe double check with your financial advisor before you move your savings into moon crystals. Meanwhile, Pluto, the planet of power, turned direct on October 14 in early Aquarius. That's structural change. Old systems cracking, new tech-driven models rising. Pluto doesn't ask permission, it rebuilds from the ashes. Don't panic, prepare. The stars aren't predicting collapse. Survive it. Learn from it. When the stars shake the markets, opportunity shakes loose. So before you panic sell or chase hype, remember the stars are stress testing the system. Hold your ground. Stay smart. Because after every storm comes a cleaner market. Avoid impulsive moves around Nov 9:20. Question headlines. Let volatility shake out the weak spots. By mid-December, Neptune moves direct and clarity finally returns. The stars aren't predicting collapse, they're testing what's real. Survive it, learn from it, and you'll ride the next wave stronger.